Fourth and final rotation here at the SEC Championship, a minor scoring adjustment. Jasmine Arnold's score was a 9.8 instead of a 9.85 on the vault, so that means the lead for Arkansas is .125 over Georgia in this final rotation. Katie Becker up now for Auburn on the vault in your upper left. Once again, this is the SEC all-around channel, 4 events going on simultaneously. Georgia on the bars. Mia Bargiacchi, the senior for Arkansas, on the floor. Auburn on the vault in this rotation, Georgia on the bars, and Missouri on the beam.
Just like all their events, Arkansas has improved so much. I think they've benefited greatly from Courtney McCool-Griffith's choreography here on floor exercise.
Bargiacchi, the senior from Memphis, Tennessee.
As I said, the judges have to be much more disciplined in these 2 rounds of competition to really separate these routines, so they watch everything from the big tumbling passes, the difficulty, the landings, these leaps and jumps, and of course footwork. Every little flaw needs to be accounted for in terms of the score.
I have to say, Kathy, it was a little frustrating during the regular season because the scores just seemed too inflated. We're seeing, actually, I think, a better judge competition here where the judges are really focusing on all those little details you mentioned.
Well, I think the challenging aspect is when a gymnast hits their routine the best they've ever done. That is wonderful. It's incredible. But sometimes other routines are superior in terms of the execution or the choreography or the level of difficulty. All those things have to come into account in the judge's assessment of the routine.
We're in the 4th and final rotation. Emily Shield now for Georgia on the bars.
And this is one of Georgia's prettiest bar routines. It's a very elegant routine. She has gorgeous toe points. Sometimes the feet come apart during certain elements, so she really has to work hard to keep those ankles tight together. Right there, you can see them come apart just a little bit as she transitions from bar to bar.
Jordan Pedersen led them off with a 9.625. This is an event where Georgia is ranked 15th in the country.
When those feet are together, it is beautiful, perfectly straight body giants. Oh, just that little half step back. Don't give those little tenths of a point away in a competition this close. But check out the position in the air. Beautiful hollow body in that double layout.
Taylor Krippner set to vault for Auburn. Katie Becker had a 9.775.
Waiting for a Miracle Phillips score.
It's a 9.7.
Taylor is capable of dialing in a pretty Yurchenko full when she brings the full energy into the vault, really tries to get the most out of her speed.
Amanda Wellick starting on the floor now for Arkansas. Mia Bargiacchi had a 9.725 in their leadoff spot.
Pretty good vault. Look like opens with a Rudy, a front 1.5 twist. Arkansas is a little bit weaker on this event just in terms of the tumbling skills. They don't have the big power E elements in terms of difficulty. So what that means is they really have to capitalize on the dance, the choreography being very clean.
As you mentioned, their best events in terms of rankings are bars and beam. Floor exercise, they're currently ranked 17th in the country.
Front floor to front layout. I mentioned earlier they have to do a combination pass with 2 different somersaults in the same pass. Good finish. So look at Courtney McCool Griffith helping out on floor exercise.
Drew Watson for Auburn on the vault. Their scores there. Taylor Krippner had a 9.775. So no 9.8s for Auburn yet on this event.
And that's because they haven't found the landing yet. Big, beautiful 1.5 twist. There's one of the more difficult vaults being done. That's a 10.0 start value, and she really drilled a nice one for them.
Just a year ago, she was national champion, junior Olympic champion on the vault. Natalie Vakulik, the senior from Canada, on the bars now for Georgia.
And she has one of the most pretty release moves right here. It's a ginger, it's a flyaway with a half twist. She does it out of the full pirouette. Just really, really well done. Slight leg separation as she regrasps, but with those judges sitting on the side, they may or may not even see that.
9.8 was the score for Emily Shield after Pedersen had a 9.625.
See if she can get the landing here. Half in, half out. Just that step forward. The dismount is a double back with a full twist. Little adjustment on the landing.
And the score for Natalie Vakulik, a 9.8. Just a moment ago, Sydney Sneed mounted the bars.
Sydney's routine is highlighted by perfect form. Her legs never come apart. She doesn't quite have the amplitude on her release move. That's a gorgeous transition down to low bar, right to the handstand though. She gives so little away in terms of deductions because everything's so clean, technically well executed. Look at the 1.5 twist over on vault.
Gracie Day for Auburn.
They really need to capitalize on these last 3 vaulters for Auburn. They do big 1.5 vaults.
And Drew Watson before her had a 9.925. That's the high score of the day for anybody on vault so far at these SEC championships. And keep in mind, they will be awarding SEC titles based on scores from both sessions this afternoon and the one that's later on tonight on ESPN2 starting at 7 p.m. Jessica Yamsen on floor for Arkansas. 9.75 was the score for Amanda Wellick after Bargiacchi had a 9.725. Marissa Oakley on bars for Georgia. They have 3 scores 9.8 and above, and the best score so far is Sydney Sneed's 9.85.
And I want you to watch how she pushes through her shoulders on all of her skills on bars. Such a nice technique there. Pushes right there, completely flat back in those handstand positions, fully extended on her giant swing to get the most of the swing. Just a hop back on her full twist and double back dismount.
She gets congratulations from Josh Overton, who is new as one of the assistant coaches at Georgia this year. In fact, the entire coaching staff of the paid coaching staff is new. Courtney Kupets-Carter, Josh Overton, and of course Suzanne Yochlin is there as a volunteer coach. Jada Glenn from Auburn on the ball.
Doing another 1.5 twist. If she doesn't get ahead of herself and things stick too soon, just kind of crumbled a little bit on the landing. It's a big vault in the air, so the judges will appreciate that. But it's almost like her legs just gave out a little.
And before her, Gracie Day had a 9.925, as did Drew Watson. So big scores for the Auburn Tigers here in this 4th and final rotation on vault. Michaela Burton for Arkansas after Jessica Yamsen's score is in a 9.8.
Opens with a pike double back. Just to give you an idea about difficulty on floor exercise, some of the top teams on floor exercise will finish their routines with that tumbling pass. Certainly more than enough difficulty to have a 10.0 start value, but the judges do have to consider that in their judging.
Arkansas's best finish in the SEC championships was 4th back in 2011. Their best NCAA finish was 5th in 2009 when they made the Super 6.
Well, they're putting up pretty good scores here in the first session. We'll have to see how the second session plays out, but already such a huge improvement from last year. Very exciting for this team. So she's done 2 double backs so far. This is her combination pass, front fold, front layout. She did such a nice job with her 2 events in this competition, balance beam and floor exercise.
We thought we might see her in the vault lineup, but she scratched at the last minute, so a nice job on the events where she was able to contribute today. Just a moment ago, Rachel Dixon wrapping it up for Georgia and on the bars after Marissa Oakley's 9.825 score is in.
Well, we told you this competition was going to be close, and seeing Georgia finish so strong on uneven bars, really attacking these routines. Strong routine here. Let's see if she can get the landing. Double layout.
Oh!
Boom. Perfect on the landing.
After the 9.625 from Pedersen, every score for Georgia, 9.8 or better.
Well, a solid routine, but this was definitely the highlight. Pencil straight in that double layout. Brings her heels together nicely to show off that stuck landing.
Her score, a 9.85. So Georgia's competition is complete. Let's go down to Laura Rutledge.
Well, after Georgia's competition just finished, Bart, Courtney Kupets-Carter pulled the team together, and she just told them how proud she is of their mental focus today and the complete competition that they put together. Also saying what we showed today is that we are building toward getting back into that night session. Of course, that's the goal for all of these teams. She saw that in her team today with the fire and the competitive nature that they came out here with today.
Talk about this dynamic coaching duo, Courtney Kupets-Carter, one of the most dominant and most accomplished collegiate gymnasts of all time. She came in to take over the head coaching position, and she brought in Suzanne Yocklin, who in her 26 years at Georgia really defined what college gymnastics is all about and earned 10 NCAA championships while she was there. Sarah Schaefer on floor now for Arkansas. Michaela Burton's score is in their second 9.8 in a row after Yamsen's as well.
Sarah had a career high of 9.95, so she is capable of putting up a big number here. Opens with a tight double back. She needs absolutely perfect landing. So far, she has shown great control on both tumbling passes.
If Sarah Schaefer could get a 9.95, she could clinch it for Arkansas here. We've not seen a 9.95 by anyone today yet. There's one more athlete to go, and that, of course, is Sophia Carter.
That would be a huge jump in score at this point in the competition. So far, she's been pretty clean.
Arkansas would need to average above 9.825 in these final two routines. Schaefer and Carter.
Really nice job, nice performance. I'm not sure it has quite enough difficulty to get that huge score, but we'll have to see because it was well done.
Just a moment ago for Missouri, Brooke Kelly on the beam, coming after a season high from Morgan Porter in 9.85.
I'm so impressed with all the teams so far, the focus that they've all shown, the intensity in this competition has been really extraordinary.
Kelly out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Like that one-arm back handspring. Also like the rhythm of her balance beam routine, really keeps it moving. We've seen several of the gymnasts much more static in the routine.
Missouri had a couple of big wins in the regular season. They beat Florida for the first time in their history, and they also beat Arkansas, who is in the lead here today in this session.
Strong performance and a perfect landing on the front full. It's Casey Jo McPherson who works with them on balance beam. Most people remember what a tremendous balance beam performer she was for Arkansas.
She was Casey Jo McGee at the time. Sophia Carter to close it out now for Arkansas.
And this can be a great finale routine for Arkansas. She's so lovely. Can really perform. Opens with the tuck double back.
You see there on your screen, Sophia Carter, a 9.825, will win it for Arkansas. All the pressure on Carter right now. They've had 3 scores 9-8 or better.
Very good controlled landing on the pike double back. So far she's done 2 double backs, 1 in tuck, 1 in pike, and is performing the heck out of this routine. She's such a polished performer, which is exactly what you want in this situation, because if you've got the flat feet, no posture, easy to pick up a pen and take those deductions.
Good point. A 9.8 will tie it. A 9.825 will win it outright in this session for Arkansas.
Fully capable of that score. Beautiful the way she danced out of that tumbling run. Nice battement at the end. Nice performance. Oh my gosh.
How about that? The most improved team in the SEC. Last year, folks, they were ranked 27th in the country. This year, all the way up to 11th. They came back from some really tough injuries. And what a performance in this session 1 of the SEC Championship.
I was really happy to see the performance quality of all the teams. So before the score comes in, before it ends, I love the competition so far. I love how hard they all fought. Do I think this is enough? I actually do, because it was so clean. She gave away so little in terms of deduction. More than capable of that score in this environment, and love the dance right out of the tumbling pass. Beautiful ending position.
Once again, a 9.825 will win it outright. A 9.8 will tie it for Arkansas. And there it is. They are celebrating. They see the scores coming in. Mark Cook, in his 17th season, the one and only coach at Arkansas. The score is in for Sophia Carter, a 9.875. So Arkansas, with a 196.425, will win this session. Georgia will finish second. Auburn and then Missouri.
And a great second. They fought so hard throughout this competition. It was a really great performance by both those teams.
What a great session 1 of the SEC Championships. Remember, on ESPN2 tonight, starting at 7 Eastern, the top 4 teams in the conference will go head-to-head. And that means we're talking LSU, Florida. Okay, wait, score in for Brittany Ward was a 9.9 for Missouri. What a way for them to finish it up on beam. So that means Missouri will end up 3rd in this session, and Auburn will end up 4th. We will come back with interview this session's winners and wrap this one up from St. Louis. What a thrilling day of gymnastics here at the SEC Championships.